Have you ever played the game Excite Bike on Nintendo 8-bit NES? I feel like life is a lot like that game. Like you can push yourself, you can push as to win. But if you push yourself too hard, you will overheat and you need to pause for a bit. And if you keep doing that again and again and again, and you don't listen to yourself, you don't listen to your system, you don't actually pay attention, you treat yourself like you are some kind of machine, then you will break down like one. It's important to relax, to unwind, to actually rest. And that's not just about sitting still or lying in bed or sleeping. It can become that if you pushed yourself for a very long time with a bunch of stress. Then you might need deep rest as you are depressed. But it's more of returning to the present. Because in the present state, there is no conflict. What I can make of all of this in my life and my experience, with the capability I have with my mind, how it works, how I work, what I create, at the speed I do things, and all of this is that when the mind is very productive and doing a lot of things, it comes to a point when the production is over, and then it expects results. Okay, you're done, so where are the results now? Just so incredibly stupid. It's like you make a song and it's done, and then the rational mind is like, yeah, so where's the recognition then? Where are the reviews? I don't see the song on any charts, but I just made it. Yeah, that doesn't matter. That's my mind. That's been my mind all of my life. As I have never given myself any credit. And I laugh about it now because it's so stupid, but it's the stupid rational mind being a bully no matter what I've done. I could have created a NASA spaceship all by myself right here where I live, taking 100 people secure to have a look at Mars and then return back to Earth. And I would still not give myself any credit. I would still say like, yeah, anybody can do that. That's been my mantra in whatever I've done. If I've cooked a great meal, if I have created a piece of art, if I have made music, if I've had supported another human being, it doesn't matter. I've never given myself any credit. I do that now. I'm learning. I'm actually coming to a place where where all of what I have created with transmutation.se and the YouTube clips and everything, it's all about my self-acknowledgement, of affirming myself, of giving myself love, which is giving yourself credit. You have to praise and support and love yourself. So if you have a relationship that is not very loving in relation to yourself, with all these demands on producing whatever and not giving yourself credit, then you will deplete yourself completely. And that is what I have done. I have just been whipping myself with rusty chains my whole life. Oh, it's so sad. No, it's not like that. I'm not being a victim. It is just I have had so incredibly high expectations on myself as to approve of my own existence, as to approve of me being alive at all. And that's from conditioning and abuse. So it's a negative weight of resistance that I had to work with that has made me into a particular human being that I am today, with a bunch of knowledge and insights. But what I have learned regarding insights, as in relation to knowledge, because you learn as you go on with your life's journey, but the insights are not a part of consuming the knowledge. We need to pause and let the pieces come together as we let ourselves become wiser, because this takes a bit of time. We can't constantly feed ourselves with more and more and more information and expect ourselves to become wiser and wiser and wiser. It doesn't work like that. It's more of the opposite, actually. If you feed yourself with information and knowledge all of the time and do not let your system digest that and to let things fall into place naturally as you create an understanding where you relate subconsciously to things you have experienced prior to where you are, and letting all the connections happen, then it's more like just it's like a machine that can handle 10 things an hour, and you keep giving it 1,000, and eventually the machine will break, and then it's not what it used to be, and it needs a bit of restoration, and it will have a bit of a bit of damage, as it has been pushed so hard. So maybe now it handles 8 things instead of 10. It's really important to rest. It's really important to let things fall into place. And it's really important not to indulge and engage your mind into further processing from another kind of processing, just processing. It's really nice for the mind to just be because things will fall into place then. Like taking a walk in nature away from the noise of society and just being, just appreciating and just being. Not calculating, not evaluating, not comparing, not investigating, not engaging in any processing. Just like a processor in a computer. Just the processor has tasks anyway. The processor is never off duty because you blink your eyes, you swallow, you breathe, you digest food, your heart is beating, your body temperature is maintained. It's a lot of stuff going on for the processor anyway. And it's really easy to see how somebody extremely stressful will get physical symptoms because the system will be handling a lot of conflicts as it will never have any rest. It will never come to a place where it can naturally heal. So it's important to relax. It's important to come to a place of, I would say, recognition and celebration and acknowledgement and affirmation as to, I have done very good for now. And I deserve a break. I give myself that break. I give myself leisure time. I give myself another kind of experience that doesn't involve more work. I was quite there on purpose. I like that. And if you think about it, if you think about all the YouTube clips and all the TV and everything, it is edited and cut to be something that catches your attention all the time. It's like a new angle, new lighting, a new scene, all the time. And that's also the equivalent of a restless mind who cannot find enjoyment in just being present, just being. Just like this. I can sit here and I can look at myself in the video and just look at myself. And I'm not thinking about how I look. Are my ears okay for this video? It's just, I just observe. To be observing something is something that can happen without any evaluation as to put any emotional emphasis on it. That's what I would actually define as a meditative state, as you're not engaging, just being. So it's not sad, it's not disappointed, it's not full of joy, it is just being. And from that point, you can appreciate, which is a credit. But from that point, you can also be disappointed about things regarding yourself, which is a debit. And then you become a crook. Then you rob yourself. You rob yourself of joy. You rob yourself of happiness, and you rob yourself of love. As you reward your current position and development and unfolding in relation to what you have created and the understanding you have acquired through your processing and experiencing your relationship with yourself, you can give yourself love. You give yourself credit. That's not whipping yourself. And you can always find that despite what you've done. And if you honestly feel like, yeah, I have been kind of disloyal, or honestly really disloyal to myself with a bunch of stuff, and I really just did the two things, I would still say just reward yourself for the two things. Just don't feed into whatever you have not succeeded in. Just recognize it and have the ambition to do better, and just celebrate and focus and bring forth the good things about yourself. And eventually that will become more and more and more, which will make you feel better about yourself. As you need to give yourself some fuel, you need to give yourself love and acknowledgement and affirmation as to continue. Otherwise, life becomes a drag. You drag yourself along. You push yourself. You push the envelope until you break. And then you might end up in a place where you need so much rest that you will have a hard time recovering over a long period of time, because the processor is just so burnt out. That's why it's called to be burnt out, to crash. This is something we can realize sooner, and many of us can honestly look in the rear view mirror and see that this was coming, but we didn't do anything about it. So why didn't we do anything about it? Because we felt worthy of coming to this situation, as we wasn't feeling worthy. We didn't acknowledge, celebrate ourselves, and affirm ourselves as good at all, coming from our conditioning and so-called upbringing raising when we were kids, and then we continued that mistreatment as to continue to tell ourselves that we are of low value or worthless, and then we keep pushing ourselves and beating ourselves up even if we do fantastic, loving things. We shit on our own parade. And if we do that, we really need to stop it. We really need to stop all that and to learn to love ourselves and acknowledge and affirm ourselves, celebrate ourselves, praise ourselves, raise ourselves, and be the parent and supporter that we never had, to become that ourselves. For kids that have had good role models, caretakers growing up, they don't think about this that much because it's natural, and it's supposed to be natural as well. But I figure that when you've gone through stuff like this, you can also become a great asset as you've done the journey and switched the polarity of self-sabotage into a self-created success story. And then you can make that as simplistic and clear as possible in order to not create as much further processing for the mind, as to make things clear on it comes from here and it's going to end up here, and this is the reason why. And then you can inspire and help people to win the excite bike game in life and not stand on the sideline with overheating all the time. It's important to rest. It's really important. You will not be a great success producing whatever all broken at the end, at the recognition outside. Who wants to produce anything? And when if it gets internationally recognized or nationally or regionally, you're not present enough to be a part of your own creation, because you have pushed yourself so hard that you are completely broken and everybody else just enjoys what you have created, but you yourself are just a complete mess. What is the point of that? And when I say produce and I say creation, it is mainly and primarily always about you yourself as a human being. Your creations outside of yourself are just expressions and extensions of who you are, but they are who you are. So the greatest success is to be in true success, which is in relation to yourself feeling good and happy and enjoying life just for being who you are, just for being. And then you can produce and create a lot of stuff outside of yourself as artistic expressions, despite what that is, if it's a plate of food or if it's a painting or a song or a motocross bike, for real. But you are stable, steady, keeping cool and maintaining and having a pace that is healthy with a good amount of pressure but not insane, as you are actually caring for yourself. You're actually loving and appreciating yourself and your own life. And you don't want to destroy that. You want to have a good life. Not in the actual celebration outside recognition of your success in what you have created, but in every day. Just waking up and living life and walking around and doing whatever, in feeling good about yourself, feeling happy and appreciating yourself, accepting yourself and having a good life. Just for being who you are. That's real success. That's true success. And then you can do whatever you want apart from that. I like talking. I like blabbing on. This video is going on. It's 26 minutes now. I'm not on drugs, but I can turn on this camera and I can talk about life and love and everything until I probably fall asleep. Because I want everybody to feel good. And I wish to communicate my insights and experience, as I have done practically everything wrong for 40 years. 40. In relation to actually acknowledging, appreciating, loving, and caring for myself. So I know what I'm talking about. I haven't read it in a book. I didn't do a course online. I actually did the shit for real. If you are somebody who stumbled on this video, check out transmutation.se. There is some information there. Or check out some of my own videos. I just want to help. I just want to share. I just want to give my perspective, point of view, experience, expression. Yeah. I really love you. I love everybody. I wish everybody more love. And when they get more love, I wish them even more love. And I wish everybody freedom. And I wish that the whole world will forgive all of our mistakes, so we can let go of our collective guilt and shame and shit, and just turn the page in the family history book and actually bring on the new. Because we are having a blue sky with sunshine, but it's a dark time. It is a really dark time. Because we are putting our focus and attention on so much shit. Useless goddamn garbage. Instead of focusing on what actually brings us true satisfaction. Which is love. For real. Good night, good morning, whatever. Bye.